Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jeremy Adams, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, master of all the cores, it is.
I'm Will. Hey, everyone.
And this time we're back to talk more Rise of the Third Army, I believe part 4, from Red Lanterns, as you heard, 13 through 16.
Did you say part 4 or part 4 million?
I said what it is, not what it feels like. And again, as I've been saying on all these shows, yes, politics-free zone here, kids. So come on in. But on a happy note, I sent you that tease that Jeremy Adams put out for Green Lantern 18, yes, which I believe comes out next month, because I believe 17 comes out tomorrow. So
yeah, do you have that? Can we show that?
Let's see. Do I have that handy? I might. I'll give it 2 seconds, because trust me, if I can share this, I'm sharing this.
That's right, because it's I think it's really good news. It's interesting news.
Hold on. Because yes, Jeremy Adams shared that on social media. Hold on. When I'm trying to save it from there, I think I got it. I sent Will the screenshot as soon as I saw it. I was like, look at this, because
it looks like someone may not be having problems anymore.
Maybe solving this whole damn thing we got going on. Yeah. Give me a second. I just got if it ever shows up in the email. All right, now I'm just gonna drag it over here. All right, we should have this. Yes, kids. Jeremy Adams himself shared this tease for Green Lantern 18, which again I believe comes out in December. So there we go. And of course, I love it. Yes, all it is is a word balloon. It says, "My name is Kyle Rayner. ... And I'm gonna kick your ass."
Nice.
So guess who's gonna save the day, kids?
And guess who's not having spectrum problems anymore? Apparently,
I would assume. Yeah, that's yes. This is gonna. So, I like that, kids. This is good news for me.
Very nice.
All right, and yeah, I don't think we had any other news. Well, Green Lantern news.
No, I don't think so. No, I mean, I did read the DC All In, and I've heard really good things about the Absolute books, so that gives me, some good feelings about the Absolute Green Lantern that's coming.
Yes. Oh, yes. And kids, check out Capes Lunatics episode 345, where Lilith and I talked to our good friend Kelly Thompson, because she's writing Absolute Wonder Woman. So we talked that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Kelly always makes time for us. She's probably not
Nice.
sick of us by now. Yeah. And no, kids, I don't have red eye. That's just all that red lanterns reflecting off my glasses.
Yep. Of course, after that intro, we're not going to be sleeping tonight, so there you go.
I know. Thanks, Russell.
Thanks, Russell.
So, all right. Well, let me see if I have some synopses. I didn't even look. I'm just like,
Yeah, this, we've...
Oh, and also remind me at the end, I do have more feedback from our friend Tyler, which thank you for the feedback, Tyler. You're keeping us going.
Yep, absolutely.
Keeping us going in the end times here.
Yes.
Ooh, okay, we got one synopsis, two synopsis.
Cross your fingers.
We're like this, kids. We got arthritis.
That's right.
3. Oh, there. I hope that all 4. And of course, the last one doesn't have a synopsis. Of course.
Of course not.
Of course. All right. Should we dive into these?
Let's dive.
Hey, Will, think about this. This week and next week are the last New 52 episodes for the year.
Wow.
Because, again, our last 3 episodes of the year are not New 52, so.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
Oh, God. Then we have a whole 2025 of New 52, so.
Lots and lots of New 52, yeah. It's weird.
He's like, I want to skip New 52. I know you like it.
I was like, I was kind of looking forward to New 52. I thought it was going to be this great thing, and so far it's been
a bloodbath
and really kind of disappointing. I mean, the none of the issues that we have done are objectively bad.
No,
I mean, the art's good. I think the writing's good, but overall, the feel of the New 52, the necessary bloodletting in every issue, and I'm not talking just about Red Lantern issues here, but
yeah. Are we being unfair though? Because is it just we're judging all this against all the Jeff Johns stuff?
Well, yeah, I think I don't know.
Although he's in the mix still, so
yeah, he's still in the mix. I don't know that that's necessarily unfair. I mean,
yeah,
because there were times where Green Lantern Corps pre New 52 was better than the Jeff Johns Green Lantern book.
Mm-hmm.
Especially during that New Guardians arc, which took, and I think this comes back to this: the pace of these books is glacially slow. I feel like Red Lanterns, a lot happened really early.
Yeah.
But as soon as they got into the orbit of the Third Army, things just, super slow.
And again, too, or are we kind of like in a Zack Snyder verse where like everything is just dark and it's like, from day one of New 52, it's just like doom and gloom and, oh, hey, the Guardians are trying to kill everything.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm a little disappointed in that too. I mean, and I'll be honest, my experience with the New 52, I have read the Godhead arc across all the books.
You may be entitled to compensation.
And it wasn't my cup of tea. Let's put it that way. I
forgot so much of that, so that's what I thought. Well, I thought through fresh eyes, because as I was reading this the month issue by issue. I thought, okay, maybe in big chunks, maybe I'll read better. Maybe 10 years or 12 years after the fact, maybe it'll read better. No,
it's not really. I mean, and the only thing I read at the time, I read maybe the first 3 or 4 issues of Green Lantern and Green Lantern. Actually, just maybe the first few issues of Green Lantern. The rest I had not read yet. So I'm definitely seeing them through fresh eyes. And these. And correct me if I'm wrong. Green Lantern, the book, and Batman, the book, are held up of, kind of this triumph of the New 52, because we got Court of Owls. We get, Green Lantern was already awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't think New 52 Green Lantern has been all that awesome. So
I would be curious to see the sales numbers, because, again, they did little change on Batman and Green Lantern because those two were those franchises were selling the best. So I would love to see the Green Lantern numbers, what happened after New 52.
Yeah, it's just, if these are held up as, the best of the best, then the rest of the New 52, what the heck? I don't understand.
My favorite character.
Yeah. I know that there was a lot of experimentation, but I think the lack of planning is apparent. I feel it, when I read these books.
Superman, I feel, is one of the biggest glaring things in the New 52, because one, Grant Morrison did like the early Superman in New 52, and he was just wearing a t-shirt and jeans, who Lilith and I nicknamed Casual Friday Superman.
Nice.
But then in the present day, he was wearing armor, and I was just like, really? The invincible, bulletproof guy is the one wearing armor?
Yeah.
Although they tried to make them all kind of wear armor, which was weird. I'm like, okay, the Flash wearing armor, nothing says speed like armor.
And, I know Jeff Johns wrote this scene, but it's something that just I hate so much. Oh yeah, Batman's just gonna pull your ring off while you're a Green Lantern. He's gonna. I'm like, no, just no. That's not. No.
Well, at least it's not. At least it's not Frank Miller. Let's paint the whole room yellow and then have Dick Grayson almost beat him to death.
True.
After he made Dick Grayson eat rats. Thank you, Grant Morrison.
Yeah, I mean,
well, again, I mean, Grant Morrison. No, not Grant Morrison.
Well, wait, Frank Miller.
Frank Miller always has a theme to his writing.
Your mother's a whore. I'm not going to disagree with that, but no creator can hit 100% of the time, right?
No.
I mean, I feel like,
But from what's come out since then, it's like, this was the big, huge thing. This is going to revitalize DC, and so supposedly a lot of the creators were not happy with the changes they made them make. So,
yeah, and I mean, and to give Jeff Johns his due, I mean, the man wrote excellent, revitalized Green Lantern along with Peter Tomasi on Green Lantern Corps, and turned it into a power. And we got Sinestro, we got Rebirth, we got Sinestro Corps War, we got Blackest Night. But since Blackest Night, I feel like the batting average has come down a little bit.
Yeah. And again, maybe that's the thing. I mean, we have good creators on all these books, but it's like maybe that we're seeing signs of, the creators aren't completely happy with what they're making them put out.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, because I War of the Green Lanterns, I don't know. There's, I'm sure we talked about this when we talked about War of the Green Lanterns, but it didn't just hit. I don't think it fired on all cylinders.
Yeah, and again, it's like it was like the last big thing before New 52 hit, and I think they were setting up New 52. It's like, oh, hey, let's throw Hal out and slap a ring on Sinestro, and
I mean, I don't know. I'm still hopeful that the Third Army, when we finally get there in 2185, will finally deliver. Okay, I mean, just because this build up to it is it's interminable. I mean, it's just going on and on and on. And I feel like Red Lanterns could have been telling some much more interesting stories as opposed to just the little chunks that we're getting because this Third Army arc has to hit at the right time, right?
And we should have. And Simon Baz should have had his own time to.
Yeah,
grow as a character before just throwing him into the middle of a crossover. And
and New Guardians should have had time to find its voice, but boom, and then Green Lantern Corps is just was disappointing, or has been disappointing.
Exactly.
So far.
Oh, you mean Wrath of the First Lantern? Is that what you're talking about? Waiting for?
I don't know. I mean,
well, that's the next.
Third Army's got it.
Well, we're in Rise of the Third Army. Wrath of the First Lantern we'll get to in January. So.
Okay, so hopefully it'll take things up a notch and get us back to where we want to be.
I mean, I don't want to say we're in a bad place, but Will's just like salivating for that palate cleanser that is Millennium.
Yearning for Millennium.
Again, some people pan Millennium, so it'll be interesting to be like, hey, would you rather Millennium going, or would you like New 52? What's better?
Well, and it's interesting when we get to Millennium, the Steve Englehart, Joe Staton Green Lantern / Green Lantern Corps,
yes. Yeah,
was a big seller at the time, and it's nothing like post-Rebirth Green Lantern really at all. I mean,
no, because a bunch of Green Lanterns on Earth, pretty much doing their thing. There's no Guardians in sight. No.
Yeah. So I'm.
Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Don't they come in for Millennium? But
They kind of Millennium, and then they leave, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I wasn't reading Green Lantern at the time. I have vague memories of Millennium because maybe I was buying Action because of John Byrne at the time. Gosh, I don't remember. But
Burn.
it'll be interesting to experience that version of Green Lantern. Long before the Road Back. Even this was years before the Road Back, which was Volume 3. So it'll be I think it'll be an interesting side project, and it won't have near as large a body count. I don't think. But
and speaking of John Byrne, kids, not over here, but on many of our other shows, we're going to be doing John Byrne come January. So
nice.
If you like scantily clad women, do I have some shows for you? All right. Well, what are these Brightest Day issues? We're like over 18 minutes in, and we haven't touched the first issue yet.
All right, let's get to these things, man. Let's do it.
Will's shaky over here. He's like, okay.
If we gotta.
Again, this week and next week, and then no new 52 until January. So,
and it's not these issues are bad. It's just that they're boring.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's good. It's good creators, but they didn't give them the best situation, or
yeah.
All
right. Let's roll, man.
Oh, hey, look. Top of the first cover. Oh, look, hey, check out that brand new show, Arrow. Doesn't that make you feel old, kids? All right. All right, so Green Lantern, or not Green Lantern, Red Lanterns, number 13 from December 2012. Eyes Without a Face. Is that what Moon Knight did to that guy?
I don't know.
Did he rip Bushman's face or peel his face off? Sorry, Ray.
What the F?
All right. Writer Peter Milligan, penciler Miguel Sepulveda, and he's also the inker. Colorist Rain Barreto, letterer Dave Sharp, and editors Pat McCullum and Will Moss. On the planet Arthaki, a family is torn apart by the anarchy loose on the planet. A vicious warlord by the name of Cord takes ownership of the last remnants of the family and finds pleasure in using the two sisters as slaves for both menial labor and carnal pleasure. When one sister is killed, the other, Taya, plots her escape. Taya's tears of rage raise the attention of Atrocitus and Red Lanterns on Yzma, who depart to exact their brand of justice. Taya finds temporary refuge with a couple surviving in an uneasy marriage in the middle of the woods. But the next morning, when Cord and his men arrive looking for Taya, both she and the man's wife are betrayed by the man who gives both the women up to Cord for money. Both women are struck down, and as Taya lies there in a pool of her own blood, the Red Lanterns arrive, and they are easily avenge the injustices of Cord and his band. The Third Army leaps into action against the Red Lanterns, and Atrocitus finds his army ineffective against the latest threat from the Guardians. Rankorr, Bleez, and Atrocitus manage to survive the attack, but another member of the Red Lantern Corps falls victim to assimilation, as does Taya. As the issue comes to a close, Atrocitus learns that the eyes of the Third Army seem to be a weak point, and it appears that the members of the Third Army have a hive mind, sharing the pain that each feels. All right, thoughts? Yes, and then we basically created like a one and done Red Lantern to get assimilated or killed, whatever in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Scorched with a K. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad issue. It's okay, great. Hey, the Third Army's attacking. We're gonna get somewhere. But
it seemed like the girl and her sister took up most of the issue. Yeah, more than even the Red Lanterns or the Third Army.
Yeah, and great. We're gonna get another Red Lantern, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have, and okay, that spoilers. That doesn't happen. So, I thought, okay, but the fight, the battle, I mean, this vicious, I mean, they were talking about, their eyes, going for their eye. I mean, this is a vicious, bloodthirsty battle, and it just seems to kind of be backgrounded. It's kind of something that happens. There doesn't seem to be any real drama or anything there. It's just, oh, this is happening, and, okay, go to the next issue. I mean, I thought there was more drama with the young woman and the old lady that took her in. I mean, there's good stuff there, but then when the Third Army shows up, it's just like, oh, okay, here we go.
I mean, except for like 2 panels earlier on, I mean, the Red Lanterns don't even show up till like page 11, 10, 11.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad issue. It's just, it seems like more of the same, right? You know, we get, and there's, I don't know. It just seems,
it's just depressing. Because again, I mean, a lot of Red Lantern issues, it's like, oh, we're avenging the, people who've been, wronged, and but then it's like even the victim, this Taya here, gets taken by the Third Army. It's like, oh, okay, so
yeah. I mean, and I think you pointed something out. She was created to just be taken by the Third Army, and we're supposed to care for her, I think we did. But then when she gets taken by the Third Army, there's just like, oh, okay, now we got to kill her. And the Third Army itself, I mean, I don't know. These just, and I thought, when we first started, Red Lanterns was kind of the strongest book, but it's fallen somewhat, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, because I don't know. It almost seems like Peter Milligan had a vision, but then all of a sudden I don't know.
It got derailed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you think maybe it's after they did the origin of Atrocitus, something kind of changed here?
I don't know. I mean,
and even like that Rankorr from Earth, it almost seems like he was going to open up the Red Lanterns, but all of a sudden it just seems like he's just going to be another Red Lantern.
Yeah, I mean it just seems like there's kind of, I think, a lot of false starts. And I think we feel that as readers. I mean, granted, this could just be us reading a lot of stuff into it that maybe it's not there, but it's just kind of what it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, and that was the other thing. Or like, remember however many issues back where like Atrocitus was trying to find his rage again? It doesn't seem like we're really doing anything with that either.
Nope. I mean, and we found out Krona got eaten, whatever. I mean,
body snatched, puppeted. Yeah.
I mean, there's still some subplots going on, but they don't seem to have any urgency to them. There doesn't, and that may be something else. There doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency to this Third Army thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. All the subplots in everyone's book is kind of put on hold for Rise of the Third Army, kind of. So
exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which again is kind of sometimes. I mean, some creative teams do it better than others, but a lot it's sometimes it kills the momentum on some books when you got to be part of a crossover.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. So you're glutton for punishment. You want to do the next one?
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh, my. All right. Next cover. All right. So, Rise of the Third Army, Red Lanterns, number 14, from January 2013. Home is where the heart is. I think we've got the same team here. Atrocitus and the Red Lanterns are in the thick of it with the Third Army on the planet Arthiti, after discovering a potential weakness in their foes. Given the directive to target the eyes of the Third Army, the Red Lanterns gain the upper hand, except for Rankorr, who has trouble taking another life, especially when he perceives some remnants of the soul. Taya, the poor girl, Taya, the poor girl who was assimilated in the end of the human, who was assimilated. In the end, the human Red Lantern puts it aside and employs the tactic despite his misgivings. Departing for Yzamalt with some of the remains, Atrocitus performs some blood magic on them to learn not only their connection to the Guardians of the Universe, but also of their ignorance of non-organic matter. As Atrocitus hands out missions to Bleez, Dexstar, Zilius Zox, and Scalox to strengthen their weakened central power battery, they are attacked by a mutated creature which emerges from the Blood Ocean, leading to the conclusion that they need a synthetic armor to fight against the Third Army. With Ratchet left behind to guard their battery, Rankorr is sent to Earth to face the source of his rage in hopes that it will allow him to at last become a true Red Lantern. Bleez chooses to join him, and the two are followed by the revenge-driven Dexstar, who has the memory of his defeat by Midnighter foremost in his feline mind. Upon their arrival on Earth, Rankorr is stunned by how small everything seems to him now, leading to a bit of reflective conversation between the human and Bleez. Atrocitus arrives on Ryut with the goal of finding the remains of the Manhunters who destroyed his planet to use to create his synthetic army. The wounds of the past boil to the surface quickly, and suddenly it seems as if Atrocitus is forced to relive the destruction of his world once again as the issue comes to a close, with hundreds of Manhunters raining down upon the planet. All right, let's get... how many things are wrong with this issue? All right, first of all, it's like, okay, so yeah, we got the whole Third Army like threatening to assimilate the entire universe. So let's send Rankorr and Bleez on a side mission to Earth.
Yeah, and also let the cat Dexstar go off and do his thing.
Well, I don't think he was supposed to, but he kind of ran off on his own. But yes.
And then let's try and screw up the whole Blood Lake thing, because I mean it's just, and that's something I think that as I was reading this really kind of stuck out to me, is like, how many times in just these first 14 issues has Atrocitus done blood magic? I mean, oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's something unique to all the cores, but I'm just like, it almost seems like not plot armor, but just like a
plot contrivance.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, we need some, okay, the battery's weak, but okay, hey, let's do some blood magic,
Yeah, I mean,
the info dump.
Yeah, so I mean, again, the art is great on all of these issues. It really is, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, I come back to pacing, but I don't think pacing. I think pacing is a problem, but fundamentally, I think that this book is now tied to that Third Army, which is, like I said before, just interminably slow, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think it's causing this book in particular to really just tread water or blood, whatever.
I see what you did there.
While we wait for this Third Army thing to blow over.
Well, they're kind of doing that with everybody's book, is making everybody tread water at this point.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, if you look at this issue on its own, it's not bad.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's just not as good as it was in the beginning. And the only thing that me, as a reader can do is look at, well, okay, it's the Third Army stuff screwing everything up, right? At least that's all I can do.
Yeah,
as a reader at this point.
And again, are we killing time with this side quest to Earth? Is that why we're doing it?
Yeah, I mean, he's already a Red Lantern that can make constructs. Why do you want to change?
Yeah.
Well, because he's not as quick to kill as us.
Yeah, because they want him to kill his grandfather's murderer, which is like fine, but it's like, well, how about we solve this Third Army thing? Or is this another Kyle Rayner thing where it's like, well, he needs to go on this quest so he can be strong enough to battle the Third Army? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. I mean, you and I talked about New Guardians should have been Kyle starting this quest from the beginning versus that whole Angel-like arc solar system thing, and going. I mean, we even got 4 issues where they find out, oh yeah, it was really Saeed that sent all the rings to him, but then they killed Saeed. I'm like, Guardians should be harder to kill,
But yeah, so maybe that was the thing here. Maybe Rankorr should have did his whole thing before Rise of the Third Army started.
Yeah, I mean,
we had to fight Stormwatch.
It's true. It just seems like it's taking so long for developments to occur. And again, I know that that's pacing, but all of these writers know how to write a comic, and they know how to pace comics. They're professionals. So I feel like it's something else that's causing the pacing to be off, and it's not necessarily the creative team.
That's what I'm saying. From what I've heard, I think they're getting marching orders they don't like, so I think it's showing. It's like, it's like they're getting a lot of creative feedback from up above. So. Yep.
So, I mean, and the battle at the beginning of this, I mean, it almost seems kind of like an afterthought,
I know, that's what I said. It's like, okay, well, hey, we saw this huge menace that's threatening the whole universe, but meanwhile, hey, let's split up, gang, and do separate missions.
Yeah. Haven't you seen a horror movie? Never split up the team.
Exactly.
Never split the party.
Never say I'll be right back. All right, should we get to the next one?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh yeah, and then yes, because we'll get more on this Atrocitus' big plan, which has never occurred to him in the billion years. It's all right. Red Lanterns number 15 from
Great cover.
Oh, I love the cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
From February 2013, Waking the Past. Same creative team. Here we go. In Sector 666, Zilius, Zox, and Scalox are looking at an arm of a Red Lantern who was killed by the Third Army. Zilius believes that Atrocitus will find a way to beat them, though Scalox wasn't so sure about it. While en route, Atrocitus is seeing the massacre of his home planet again, but this time decides to attack them. However, a space creature was the cause of revealing his dream. Atrocitus uses the creature's blood to resurrect the Manhunters to use against the Third Army. Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead. Sorry, we'll get into that.
No. On Earth, Rankorr goes to see his brother Ray Moore, much to Bleez's objection. The brother is scared of his appearance and begs him to leave. Rankorr gets enraged and wants to kill Baxter for causing all this. Back on Ryut, Atrocitus uses his blood to awaken the Manhunters. In Sector 990, Dexstar enters the penal settlement 004 and attacks one of the workers. Back on Earth, Baxter was protected by a police officer, but that didn't stop Rankorr arriving on the scene. He was shocked to see that he earlier burned the officer's face. Though feeling sorry, Rankorr still decides to go after Baxter. On Yzamalt, the Red Lantern Central Power Battery was still not responding with the blood of Zilius and Scalox. Ratchet provides some theories of why it isn't working. While the inversions were underground, overhearing him and tells among themselves that they are all wrong. On Ryut, the Manhunters fire at Atrocitus. Okay, you want to start?
What the
F?
What the F, man?
I think I can sum up this issue. Yes.
What the F?
I mean, okay, yeah, he starts seeing the Manhunters. I'm like, okay, well, where's this going? Oh, it's just some space thing that was going to try and eat him, and he killed it and used its blood to do. I'm like, what?
Blood magic.
Where the heck did that come from? I mean, it was just like out of nowhere. There was no setup for it or anything. It's just, he's reliving the dream, the nightmare that is, the destruction of his planet by the Manhunters. But, and then apparently, Red Lantern blood is like the Energizer Bunny of blood because it makes anything work.
Rage.
I don't know. This one was unfocused. I mean, it was.
Yeah. And why is Dexstar attacking a penal colony? I thought he was going for a Midnighter.
I thought so too. I was confused by that. I was like, what the F?
Is he hallucinating or something? I don't know.
What the F?
This one, again, it's not bad. It just left me confused.
Yeah.
Like, why? There was just no...
And that Guardian tech is damn good, man. I mean, those Manhunters are, 1 billion years old?
Yeah, I just gotta, reboot it. It's like Windows 95.
Turn it off, turn it back on, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, wait, the Manhunter thing never occurred to him in the billion years since they wiped out his sector? I'm like, not during Blackest Night, not during...
Use the tools of the enemy against the enemy. I mean,
and it doesn't even sound like a good thing. Couldn't the Guardians just like flip a switch and now it's like, okay, now you have the Manhunters and the Third Army to deal with?
Yeah, this plan seems to have certain drawbacks or potential drawbacks.
I mean, Atrocitus isn't the deepest thinker.
That is true. Hey, but don't say that or he'll smack you around.
No, that's true. No, don't say he's not angry. Yeah, that's. And then we got the whole Rankorr side quest. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, not much happens.
Except that last page where it looks like Atrocitus gets vaporized. Looks like it.
Yes, but spoilers, he doesn't.
I know. I was just like, okay, so how we dealing with that?
What? Yeah, what?
I couldn't remember because I know he's out eventually. I was like, wait, is this it? All right. Should we do the last one?
Let's please do. It
was like, put me out of my misery. All right. All All right, like I said, no synopsis. So here, let me do the
Awesome cover.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
like all the art on all these is great. No, yeah, the art is is not the thing I have a problem with in these issues. Although there is a different artist on this issue.
Yeah, and Bleez looks, I think, a little weird in the last issue. She looked a little weird, or was it this one?
I think it's this one, maybe because it's a different penciler. It's a different penciler and inker. Yeah. Issue Red Lantern 16, March 2013. Once We're Enemies. Peter Milligan, still writer, penciler Andreas Guinaldo, inker BIT, colorist Rain Barreto, letterer Carlos M. Manigal, and editor Will Moss, Kate Thura. Oh yeah, so we've got a lot of switch up here. We're penciler, inker. We got a new editor for the group here. So, and again, no synopsis. So. But yeah, big spoiler. Atrocitus
is not dead.
No, yeah. So yeah, he kind of goes after the Alpha Manhunter because that'll, I guess, give him control of the Manhunters.
Yes, I mean that's I don't know.
And then back on Earth, we see Rankorr confronting the killer of his grandfather, but then Bleez is like, "Here, let me help," and basically shoot some Red Lantern blood into the guy. And she's like, "Oh yeah, he'll be in agony. He'll boil in agony for years."
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, okay, that's not gonna kill him. Okay. And then Rankorr thinks he sees what the grandfather's ghost or something, saying he shouldn't be so weak and stuff because he just kills the guy because basically this vision of his grandfather is like, why'd you do that? You should have let him suffer. And so, and then Atrocitus and the Manhunters, I guess, are going to church on Ash Wednesday.
Blood Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, then all of a sudden, he took down the Alpha Manhunters. Now all the Manhunters are under his control, I guess.
Yeah, more blood. Needs more blood.
And then if that wasn't enough confusion, like we said on Yzamalt, that battery's not charging. I guess we see it's because the inversions are under the underground, and it's like, didn't he kill them all?
Yeah, but didn't they come back in the Zero issue?
I'm trying to remember. Did they? I mean, they showed the origin. Didn't they tell the story of him killing them? I couldn't remember if they came back or not, but
I think it showed that they came back somehow, either in 12, maybe it was 12 or 11.
But I mean, wasn't that a big thing about him killing them?
Yeah, it's a big deal, and now they're just kind of back and they're sucking power from the power battery.
But meanwhile, after how many decades, we still can't get Cat Matui back?
Good point.
Oh, and then Bleez wants some of Rankorr's blood because she wants, maybe we could gain some ability to like make constructs or something, and basically, I don't know, willing to sell her body or whatever else. And she's like, what'd she say? Oh yeah, she is. How you have no idea how many rich, handsome suitors begged for me. We could have been friends, maybe more. Instead, you made yourself an enemy.
Yeah, bum.
I'd have been like, sister, we don't even know if the universe is going to be here tomorrow. I ain't worried about it.
And then we get giant cannons on Oa, which is the first time I've ever heard about giant cannons on Oa.
Yeah, I mean, unless those are new. I don't know.
Firing on...
Well, Atrocitus isn't he leading the Manhunters to Oa?
Well, no, he's because those Manhunters go to Oa, but he's on Maltus.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, he does go to Maltus. Yeah.
And who does he meet there?
Basically, an image of Krona again.
Yep.
And again, they're saying doesn't he say Maltus is like a dead planet now or something? Yeah. But I was like, I thought like pre-New 52. At least at some point, wasn't Maltus wasn't the civilization still there? It's just some of them evolved into the Guardians, but again, the population was still there.
Well, and this could be completely wrong
again,
because we're working on my memory, but wasn't Maltus where the Old Timer and Hal and Ollie and Dinah went, which was overpopulated, packed body to body, people to people?
That's what I thought. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I think so.
And the Maltans evolved. Some Malthusians evolved into the Guardians. some evolved into the Zamarans, and some evolved into the controllers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there was still people on Malthus that, because it was so overpowered. I didn't think it was a dead planet. I mean, I guess that's new to New 52.
Again, New 52. You don't know the rules. So, you know what? That's something we got to do for another big anniversary episode. Some hard traveling heroes.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up as well. As
I mean, maybe not do the whole thing. Maybe pick and choose some issues through it. Yeah.
Then we did Jon Stewart's issue, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah. When he gets the ring, yeah.
Yeah, 80.
Is it 87 or something? Or
87. I think it is 87. Yeah.
Yeah, we did do that one.
Yeah.
We could do 70. What's the first one? 76. You do a lot for the blue skins and the green skins. Denny was trying. Come on.
Denny was trying. He was, but he really, really
hit you over the head with it.
Long-term damage to Hal. That was the price of those groundbreaking stories. Was it damaged Hal? I mean, and Hal was not exactly. He had already been damaged because he was an insurance salesman at that time.
I thought you were going to say the toy salesman. Okay.
Well, that came later, I think. So, and then there was the truck driver. Yeah.
So what you're saying is Denny O'Neil kind of cooked Hal too long after they over-seasoned him with that oregano?
Yes, you got it.
I got you.
Yeah.
So hey, do you want to hear Tyler's feedback?
Yes, Tyler. Excellent.
Because I think he's usually more positive than we are here.
Yes.
All right. So Tyler Ferguson, thank you once again for the feedback. Keep it coming. So Tyler says for these ones, surprised that Atrocitus left any of the Manhunters intact over 1 billion years of fury. Good point.
Yeah.
Feels a little too convenient, yes. Similar to putting backup battery seed into his creation in the previous arc. Does he receive partial catharsis from sending them to ravage Oa? Probably. I mean, I'm sure it's a benefit, yeah.
Yeah.
Ratchet's investigation follows up on the Inversion's resurrection. Wondering how they'll factor in since the event already has enough antagonists.
You're not wrong, sir.
Unless they're just going to stay down there. I can't remember. Unless they're just going to sit down there and plot until, Wrath of the, what is that? Wrath of the First Lantern's over. I don't know. Could have saved them for later. Maybe they do. Like I said, I don't remember. Use of Bleez as Rankor's rage flavored Jiminy Cricket. Use of Bleez as Rankor's rage flavored Jiminy Cricket in his homecoming was pretty good, but I dislike the turn it took near the end of 16.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's his thoughts.
I agree. Yeah, I think you called it there.
Yeah, Tyler. Again, did we need that side quest now? Maybe not. Maybe when we're not in the middle of a big event.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring the inversions, it feels unfocused because it doesn't seem like any story is getting enough attention, and it feels like nothing's happening.
It seems like everyone's trying to do their own thing, but it's like, this damn nuisance of the thing that's going to try to end the universe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And again, Rankorr is in the same boat as Simon Baz. It's like, don't try to either start a character or give him big character growth in the middle of a giant crossover.
Because it's not going to happen.
And you're doing a disservice to the character. It's just,
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's rush this. Let's rush this important thing in this character's history here.
Yeah, exactly. All
right. Anything else, Will, or have we punished ourselves enough tonight?
I think we've punished ourselves enough tonight. What do we have coming up, Phil?
Well, as I said, we only have one more episode of New 52 this year, and that's next week. Hold on, let me open the schedule here, make sure I give everyone the right issue numbers. All right, so next time for episode 199, we'll do Green Lantern 15 and 16. So 2 issues. I believe we get back to Simon. I haven't reread them yet. I can't remember if we get any more Hal and Sinestro stuff, but
yeah, that seems to have just been lingering out there.
It's kind of like, yeah, let's get these two out of the way for
a while.
I guess it's an excuse to bring in Simon Baz, but
yeah.
Well,
and he got a couple of issues, so we'll be getting. Hopefully, I don't know. I haven't read them yet, so I guess we'll see what we'll get.
Yes.
Hopefully, it'll be good.
So yes, that'll be the last New 52 for the year. But in 2 weeks, episode 200. The first part.
What are we doing, Phil?
The first part of our two-week Millennium special. That week we'll do the first 3 issues of Millennium, followed by Green Lantern Corps 220 and Millennium number 4. And then, like I said, 201 we'll wrap that up as we do Millennium 5 and 6, Superman 14. Speaking of Byrne, because Hal guest stars there. Millennium 7, Green Lantern Corps 221, and Millennium number 8.
Nice.
I forgot that was an 8-part thing. And then, yes, we've been trumpeting this for, months now. Probably all year. Yes, for your Christmas listening, the Green Lantern Larfleeze Christmas special.
Got to make those cookies.
That's right. But don't share them. They're mine.
Mine.
So, yeah, so lots of good stuff coming here, kids, after New 52. Anyway, again, that's going to be interesting to be like, I don't know if anyone's ever said, oh, thank God for Millennium.
They have now.
Oh, they will. 2 weeks, we will. All right, kids. So, send us your thoughts again, just like Tyler. Thank you again, Tyler. Keep those thoughts coming in. All right, so send us your thoughts to here. CapesandLunatics at gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. You can even send audio to the email. That's fine. It's kind of easier to play the feedback there, but yeah. So yeah, Tyler, anyone else, if you want to send audio, if you want the world can hear your feedback in your voice if you want. So I have the ability to play that live as we do this. So
we have the technology.
Yes, we can listen along too. So yeah, we can rebuild the New 52, make it better, stronger,
faster.
Please make it faster.
The bionic New 52.
Oh, God. All right, and remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes and Lunatics merch, your classic Capes and Lunatics merch. And again, more deadly and really faster than the Third Army. Lilith Hellfire demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Yes, please don't make us go out there dancing on that pole for money, because, well, we see what happens to young girls in the New 52.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
And, of course, the Patreon, where, yes, the Queen of Darkness herself and myself give you exclusive content, uncensored content every month. And if you are a patron, you can request topics for discussion. So, yes, just think up the most embarrassing things to ask Lilith, and, yes, send them in. Only if you're a subscriber, so... Yes, subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics, and you can find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
Like the New 52. Anyway, all right, now for this. Will Allred, master of the Green Lantern Corps, master of the Quantum Zone, master of podcasting, and several successful Kickstarter campaigns. One will be starting soon. So, Mr. Will, tell them all about it.
Well, you can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED. At Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and probably other places that I forgot about. If you'd like to check out the books that I write, you can do that at the first one's Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. We'll be launching the 6th issue on Kickstarter soonish. We're putting the final touches on it, so it's coming soon. You can check that out again at crossoverdivision.com. If you'd like to check out another book that I write, it's called Diary of Night. It's at diaryofnight.com. That was published several years ago. And obviously you have great taste because you're here hanging with Phil and I as we talk about Green Lantern, which means you probably love Marvel's Quasar nearly as much as we do.
Possibly.
And if you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone. QuantumZone.org.
5 inches, maybe.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I hope it's going somewhere nice.
Oh, you know where this is going.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Love that.
And of course, like I said in the beginning of the episode, I love Kyle Rayner, but this man here...
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you for joining us again. In 1 week, Green Lantern was at 15 and 16, and then in 2 weeks, episode 200, Millennium.
Thank God for Millennium.
No one has ever run to that crossover faster than we are.
Nice.
All right. And the Larfleeze Christmas special. All right, kids. Come back next time. And remember, it's not all doom and gloom. Yes, it is. It's the new 52. Good night.